Since I participate in this project, it really helps me to step forward and achieve more in my life since I am in this country. And because I came from a from a war-torn country and I took it as a great chance.
We have many things in common. First of all, we are all immigrants.
The SHU project came about when a private funder who was a reader of fiction, great lover of literature, came to me and asked me what I would do if I were provided with some funds to run some kind of project. And I said I would like to work with immigrant women to help improve their written English so that they could express themselves better in our mainstream media and in public. They tend to be silent. Immigrant women tend to take a back seat, even if they're professionals.
So this is why here, I started talking. In Syria, we were not allowed to talk and say whatever we want. So this is why I was like, okay, I'm in Canada now. I should talk about what's happening, the reality, what's happening back home.
This funder, who's Heather Gardner, invited me for dinner, quite coincidentally, with Elizabeth Semmelhack, who is the senior curator at the Bata SHU Museum. And it was Elizabeth who had the bright idea of attaching stories of immigration to shoes. Shoes are the perfect vehicle for that. They're common enough objects. They're objects that women take a great interest in, but they're not so deeply personal that it's intimidating for a group of strangers to come together and talk about.
Bonding through shoes, I think that is what, we all wear shoes however we come, whether you're an immigrant or a refugee. So everyone has shoes, so with that shoe, everyone will have that story.
What we're creating here is a series of 600-word or 800-word personal essays on the theme of a pair of shoes and migration. It's a form, and the women are learning how to work in that form. They are shaping and coming to understand their experience through, creating an artistic form.
So every pair of shoes, I believe in that. They have a story. You just have to find it. And I think that's what the SHU project does. It helps you to tell that story. But it's a story not just about the shoe, it's a story about yourself.
I have witnessed people just really, really come to understand the language by polishing and repolishing sentences. And it's wonderful to see.
I think the most challenging things for me to do is to decide which stories to pick. Because we want to choose a good shoes as well. We want to match a good story, and we want to give an interesting story and to the audience.
Well, the SHU project, it has different elements. So one portion of the project is about writing, developing the skills, writing skills. The other portion of the project is speaking to the public, and I love that part of that part of the project, just because it seems to me unreal that we can do something like that. It is like a dream come true, to be honest.
Trying to perfect their writing in this form is one thing which helps them really get inside the language. But it also there is an aspect of self-knowledge in it as well. I don't like to stress this, it's not therapy. But on the other hand, immigration is a transformative and a traumatic experience. And even through this one vehicle, to take a position and to define themselves in that way, place themselves here in this language, define an experience is a very powerful thing. One of the differences of the SHU project to other English language teaching workshops or writing workshops is that it brings senior artists in touch with newcomers. So that part of it began to grow, and that's when I brought in Eve Crawford, the voice coach, and asked her to help them project, help them learn where the emphasis should go in the sentences and really deliver that story.
Performing publicly, telling their stories aloud. First, there's the writing process. That's involves some guts and revelation, but you're safe, you're with the paper, you and the paper. But when you get up to tell an audience, what is it? It's up there with the number one fears of mankind is public speaking.
To me, working with an experienced coach, voice coach, and author was a privilege. I learned a lot, how to speak and how to emphasize on certain emotions and be strong sometimes and soft sometimes and sad sometimes. I didn't know how to put that into my story. And I think that was powerful.
If they can do this, the confidence they take away, I think, is huge.
It is one thing to have written a wonderful story, but it's another to be able to put that out in public.
I watched one of the performances before joining the group, and I thought, if I will be able to do that, I will be able to do everything in this society.
And it really gave me more courage to think seriously and to get somewhere in the life and achieve something.
I know there must be many artists in Canada who would be really thrilled to share their experience and help devise strategies for newcomers to be heard. And that's where we're going with this.
The moment I walked in the performance night, I feel I belong to the bigger family. That's why I decided to join the SHU project.
The friendship that I had built with the women of the group, that is priceless. I really, really enjoyed it, and I really love those women.
It's equally exciting and profound for Canadians who don't normally have contact with immigrants to see their faces and hear their voices and understand what they've been through and who they are. And they very much defy expectations.
I recently finished my studies as a paralegal and immigration consultant, and now I start my own business. So I want to work in this field, and let's see what it led me to.
Our plan, as the SHU project grows, is to use these alumni who are dedicated and have stayed in touch with us as ambassadors. They will be sent out to the new communities where SHU projects are being formed to get to know the volunteers there and the newcomers there and to help them shape a project in their own community.